Good morning. Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of Suffolk's #1 YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your continued support as we keep moving in the direction of non-bullshittery and transparency. That's how we start off. Yeah, it's Sunday the 26th of October today, and it is the Lord's Day, the day of rest. Yes, it is the day of rest, isn't it? What the last couple of days it's been. Sitting back and watching, observing, and taking note. Now, tonight's live stream at 5 p.m, be there. It's going to be explosive. Move on from that. So what's happening today? Well, the manhunt is still underway to try and capture the prisoner, the migrant, that sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl and was jailed and then was let out of prison by mistake. He's absconded. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? If you were let out of jail by mistake, you would abscond as well. So you know what? The guy is showing up the United Kingdom for what they are. The global laughingstock. Piccadilly Circus. Billy Smart Circus. It's quite sad, isn't it? I still can't get my head around that. How you actually let someone out by mistake. How you can do that. Especially when it's that individual that's caused all the riots across England. I can't help but think he was let out intentionally. Another way that Keir Starmer will say, well, this is exactly why we need digital ID. Had he have had digital ID and be scanned in a proper digital ID scanning machine, it would have shown up. I know what he's up to, yeah. And Vladimir Putin, the Russian boss, let's call him, has savagely attacked President Trump by saying that his oil sanctions are stoking, well, his words were, the oil sanctions are an act of war. Well, they weren't exactly his words, he said it in Russian, but that's quite strange. Yet Russia has sent more of its jets into NATO airspace. This time they were flying above Lithuania. I can't help but say, NATO, shoot them down. I don't understand why we haven't fired at them yet. Fire at the ships, fire at the jets, show a stance which proves that we're not weak. It's like being poked on. I'm going to be honest with you, gentlemen. See if someone's sitting poking you and you go, stop it. And they keep poking you and you go, stop it. And they keep poking you and you go, stop it. And they keep poking you and you go, there comes this time you must go, fucking told you to stop poking me. Do you know what I mean? There comes a time when you need to show a bit of balls about you, or else we're just gonna, he's just making fools out of us all, isn't he? Shameful behaviour. There's another thing this morning which has really pissed me off. Remember Baroness Michelle Mone? MedPro, whatever it is. The lingerie owner, the CEO, the boss of the lingerie. I don't want to mention the lingerie company's name, but basically she took over £122 million of taxpayers' money to make PPE, and it never materialised. And she's been ordered to pay it back. Ready? She's been ordered to pay it back. Hasn't paid it back yet. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, it's now been proven that even though she's been ordered to pay it back, she's went and bought herself a £10 million home in Florida, known as Billionaire's Island. She's on the thumbnail, left-hand side. You can't miss her. I mean, whatever happened to the Assets Recovery Agency? I mean, they were very quick to take everything off Roman Abramovich. Try and get all his yachts, his money. They seized his homes. They seized everything, didn't they? And yet he hadn't stolen any money from the UK taxpayer. What he had done, let's be honest, is he had made billions abroad, came to settle in London, and whenever the Russian war kicked off, they seized his assets. Why can't they seize Michelle Mone's assets? Why? £122 million. Rule for them, rule for us, isn't there? Shameful. I honestly think that they'll never get the money back off Michelle Mone, because Michelle Mone, who was a baroness, a peer in the House of Lords for many years, I reckon she's got a lot of dirt on a lot of other peers and lords, if you know what I mean. So when they force her to pay it back, or they try to, she'll go, okay, I'll do it. I'm going to sneeze in a minute. Bless me. I reckon when they force her to pay it back, she will start dropping little bombs about other peers, so they'll leave her alone. That's just what I think. It's just what I think. I reckon she'll blackmail people. Bound to. Now, there's another story that came out. Now, as you know, the female that Prince Andrew is allegedly sexually assaulted, did I know? Had sex with, I'd say. She was an adult anyway, Virginia Gouffet. Unfortunately, she's not here to talk about what happened. But her book that's coming out, called No One's Girl, it's out now, by the way. In that book, it alludes to Ghislaine Maxwell boasting that she'd carried out a sex act on George Clooney in a bathroom. It's in the book. And it's in today's mainstream media. That's why I'm mentioning it, or I wouldn't bring it up. I haven't heard George Clooney come out and defend or defy. I suppose he doesn't have to, really. It's a book written beyond the grave of a woman that took her life. Now, you should never endorse this type of behaviour. But the common sense part of me is saying, Virginia Gouffet, in my opinion, went after Andrew because he's a soft target. Everyone threw Andrew to the wolves. But didn't Virginia Gouffet recruit other girls to do the job that she was doing? Don't shoot the messenger. It was such a heinous thing that she did that she recruited other people to carry out the heinous roles that she allegedly was carrying out. So, I don't know. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments about what's going on. Sometimes it's hard, isn't it, to understand. I mean, there's so many different information coming at you. Information overload. And you're like, okay, I get that. I get that. Okay, I get that. That bit doesn't make sense. Yeah, doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. But it's Sunday. What will I do today? Well, the first thing I'm going to do today is get myself squared up. I've already had coffee. I've already had a Soldier On coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday when I alluded to the Royal British Legion expenditures, staff wages nearly back end of 48 million anyway, doesn't matter. A lot of people were asking me, how do I support veterans? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, if you want to support veterans, you need to support veterans. Charities are businesses now. Charities are businesses now. And they've put basically profit in front of helping. That's just what I think. Profit. A lot of these campaigns leading up to Remembrance Day, you'll see a lot of TV campaigns. You'll see a lot of veterans being wheeled out for the cameras. You'll see them. There's a guy that I know of, and I stay away from him, if I'm honest. There's too many veterans I stay away from now. I call them out, I don't care. But I know of one veteran who lost his leg, not through combat, not through service, but through diabetes. And every year he's out there wearing shorts with a metal leg, with his berry on, looking like he lost his leg in combat, rattling his tin. And I'm like, I just look at him and shake my head and think, you are a fucking disgrace. The public think you lost your leg in Afghan or Iraq or an IED or Northern Ireland. And the truth is, you didn't. You lost it through fucking eating sugar. Anyway, I'm just saying, they'll be wheeled out. I'm going to be honest with you, I would rather people supported veterans. And how do you do that? Veterans know other veterans. If I wanted to support veterans leading up to Remembrance Day. This is what I'll do, ladies and gentlemen. I'll spend £100 on buying coffee from Soldier On Coffee. That way my money goes directly to a veteran that did lose his leg serving his country. His name's Brian Phillips. And I'll send my money across to Soldier On Coffee, which is a little veteran-owned place. Him and his wife just do it, no one else. And he does good stuff for veterans. So I'll send him my money across. I'll go on his website today, Soldier On Coffee. I'll order about 5 or 6 coffees, spend £100, maybe a t-shirt. And that way I know that I'm giving it to a guy who utterly deserves every penny of it. And then he'll do whatever he needs with that money. He'll support other people, but he'll know who to support. He'll know who to support. So that's what I'll do. Soldier On Coffee. A veteran who is a veteran, who did work hard, that had to leave because he'd lost his legs on an IED. So that's what I'll do. You, on the other hand, can either support Brian Phillips, who runs Soldier On Coffee, based in Northern Ireland. You can either support him by buying coffee, a bag of coffee, I don't know, £6 or £7, postage and packaging, probably cost you about a tenner. And his business will go through the roof because people will support him. Or you can donate a tenner to the biggest charity in the UK, which has hundreds of millions of pounds sitting in different funds, who don't support every veteran, who pick and choose veteran based on, should we really give it to him? Yeah, board of directors. It's up to you though. Anyway, other than that, have a wonderful day, everyone. I hope to see you tonight at 5 p.m. live on YouTube. You can ask me all the questions you want. I will be honest and answer. I'll answer them all. And I'll have a lot to say about certain things which have been happening recently. Other than that, everyone, have a wonderful day and stay safe.